Hello and welcome back everybody to the Join the League season number 3, game number 2 of this 2-game series, xGame KZ versus Team Coast Gaming. Well, xGame, they did win game number 1 rather convincingly so as well, at least from some point onwards for sure. So, Team Coast, they have to pull up something different in game 2 to actually get a win here and solidify their chance to actually reach the playoffs here as well for season number 3. But we're HeflaTV and I'm Coacher, joined once again by Benchy.
Hello, I have to remember to unmute my microphone this time yeah, we did see xGame, they picked up game number 1 in this best of 2 series, and that's definitely going to help on their road to trying to get into that top 4 position as, you know, right now there's roughly 6 teams that could theoretically get into that top 4, and every single game is going to matter, especially against Team Coast and EHE, who is going to be a little bit later after this game. You know, right now we are seeing that Razor did get banned out by Team Coast, and we just saw that Razor did so much work and gets immediately picked up with the Brewmaster.
Yeah, I mean, Brewmaster is a pretty good hero overall, but now they're facing a Skyref Mage. It's kind of a given that that was picked up, but not only that one silence, also a Death Prophet from Coast. They did run it last game as well, but didn't do all that much as far as just damage output is concerned because they were just a little bit too far behind and well, Brave King just tanked it all up, came back and killed everybody. But, man, I have to say, Brewmaster against Double Silence, it's not gonna be fun times for the Brewmaster if he's not careful.
Yep, as in, especially considering the fact that both Scarith Mage and Death Prophet do beat Brewmaster in that 1 versus 1 if he decides to go mid. As in, the main issue is that the reason why Brewmaster is so good in that mid position is because the change to his evasion means he gets guaranteed evasion after a certain period of time, does mean that he wins most 1v1 matchups, but the nuke coming out from both Scarith Mage and Death Prophet just doesn't care about that. As in, who cares about evasion when you've got magic damage?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely really strong, at least Coast opening up against the Brewmaster, and overall, Scarif Mage and Death Prophet just tried and tested heroes, but xGame, their secondary pick was the Shadow Shaman here, so getting some push of their own, mess up at wards to potentially go for Roshan a little bit earlier on as well just go for those towers, and all Massive Wars, the good thing about them is they don't care about counter push, or at least most of it. I mean, Crypt Swarm doesn't affect them, no nothing. But next set of bans coming out, Viper taken out by xGame, Team Coast banning out a Brave King actually.
Yeah, but we're actually seeing Nature's Prophet does get banned out the next game, and you know, I do feel it's a little bit of respect, man, going out there. Team Coast, they put up a pretty good Nature's Prophet in that game. Wasn't able to do enough split push, but did, you know, get that top set of racks, which is always a good thing to see. And we are going to see a Rubik instantly picked up by Team Coast.
Yeah, I mean, Rubik is all in all a pretty good support. Just isn't the strongest maybe offensively, but once you get to level 6, just stealing the primal split, it's not the hardest thing to do if you're positioning yourself properly, especially once you pick up a Blink Dagger on top of it. Anything stolen from a Shadow Shaman is pretty good as well. So I like Rubik, I mean, just such a great pickup overall, and always rooting for those peak spell steals. As wow, a Chen pick for xGame.
Yeah, Chen, we've not really seen him a lot. He's very good at pushing with his creeps, but at the same time, players who generally want to pick up Chen prefer to go for the Enchantress route, but I will say we have slowly seen this hero creeping back into the current preferred picks. A few teams like to take him up, and he does do a lot in terms of basically a free mech at level 6. His ability to send back carries if they're out of position, as well as his pushing and the ganking ability from his the jungle creeps he can pick up. As we do see a Bat Rider on the opposite team.
Yeah, I mean, Bat Rider is a pretty strong hero, especially actually in conjunction with the Skyref Mage. Just last time into Mystic Flare is such an easy setup, and I mean, to be honest, Bat Rider's initiation is, I think, still one of the strongest in the game. Just completely drag one hero out of position once you have the Force Staff. Maybe Rubik will get the Force Staff, as will the Skyref Mage, to get that hero even further out of position. Although, if the Chen is just extremely fast on his fingers and is in the right position, he can try to test of faith the target who gets last out back home immediately, and might work out, but with the Mystic Flare on top of him, the burst probably will be enough. But at least there's a slight hope of just saving that hero.
Yeah, we are seeing a very nice pick-off orientated lineup though coming out from Team Coast. Just being able to jump into any of these, very big teamfight-orientated heroes like Brewmaster, get that lasso off, get the initiation with the Scarlet Mage and even the Rubik if they truly need any more damage after those 2 ultimates. As we are going to see Ascent on the other side, and, well, if we're talking initiation, there's going to be a lot of Blink Daggers picked up from both these 2 teams right now.
Yeah, man, I love Blink Dagger gaming. It's always good for you. And the first Centauri is pretty decent overall against Batrider, just trying to negate the sticky napalm effect, at least for the duration of the Stampede. As well as overall, just solid stun, the Blink Initiator for them. Before, actually, man, they have so many heroes that can just go and jump in, but the Shadow Shaman, it will be a 5 position one here, so he might not get his Blink Dagger unless the early aggression for xGame is gonna be just 100% spot on with the Chen, just getting towers after towers early. But do you feel like xGame's current lineup, does it have push enough to make use of their early to mid game just focus, or will they go for a later game carry with the 5th pick here?
Well, it all depends what they want to go do right now. As they could decide to go for that early game, focus on the mid game, and just try and win that team fight, or they could just hope that they can hold on. As we're not seeing a lot of push coming out from xGame. Yes, they got the Shadow Shaman and Chen, who are a very good combo, but compared to a lot of teams we're seeing currently picked up by Pro at this level of play, there's not a lot of push compared to what usually we see. And a harder carry might work, because we do see a TA gets picked up.
Well, I mean, TA definitely does hurt quite a lot, and actually, it works reasonably well together with Death Prophet. Just focusing down at one target, Meld applies -8 armor, so Death Prophet's exorcism is physical damage, and, well, it definitely can be devastating if they can land it, or just focus fire the ghosts of the Death Prophet on the same target. And, well, Team Ghost themselves, it's not like they want to go to the hyper late game at the moment with this lineup, I think.
Yeah, as in this is TA is not really a hard carry in the common sense. She's a carry in the sense of she gets a very good start. She gets that. Well, there's a lot of ways you can build her, either the Blink Dagger or just a straight Desolator. Go for that huge amount of damage, nuke people down, and just spiral out of control. But she doesn't really farm up and join the game 40 minutes in.
Yeah, I mean, Temper Assassin definitely, at least usually, is used for the earlier type of aggression. He can, of course, just deal a ridiculous amount of damage in the late game as well. The Meld will always be just off use pretty much, as will the Refraction. But at the moment, Coast, I do believe they still have better late game with Death Prophet and the Temper Assassin. But xGame's last pickup might just change the fact. I know xGames, they used to like Morphling quite a lot. But, I mean, what other heroes? I guess Gyrocopter is one that they could go for. Is there a core that hasn't been banned that will actually help them with push as well as just late game prowess?
Well, there's not really that many at the moment, as in they could, if they wanted to run a ordinary scent, is just go for a lone druid, although that wouldn't work the greatest, as in all the pushing carries don't really work up in their current lineup.
Weaver.
Well, I guess Weaver actually can fit the description, kind of. Especially once he gets the Desolator, the pushing is pretty strong, and even before that, having the Geminate attack. And he's pretty elusive, so he can definitely solo up against the Batrider if need be, just have xGame supports roam around, for example. And, well, he still has to be careful of Ancient Seal, the Silence from Death Prophet, Batrider coming in with the lasso. So, Weaver, yes, he, in theory, can just avoid everything, get the time-lapse out and be safe, but there is quite a lot to deal with him on Coast side.
Yeah, as in, I will say also the Weaver doesn't quite fit into pushing per se. He's more of a split pusher in that sense. Just uses a huge amount of evasion, but he is going to, like we said, be very, very careful with that, just because the amount of options the opposite team has to deal with him. And we are probably going to be seeing a definite Lincolns on this Weaver.
Yeah, we most likely are, man. It's actually, I wouldn't really mind a BKB even too much, although, man, it's hard to say at the moment. Either BKB or Lincolns, that's definitely gonna be the item choices for the Weaver. Maybe, just maybe even goes for both, although if he does go for the defensive items, that's actually kind of a win in itself for Coast already, because it will just delay the proper damage output from a Weaver. And other than that, then just Blink, Thunderclap, Blink, Hoof Stomp, Double Edge. Yes, it is scary, but you can live through it.
Yeah, because I say that right now, xGame, they probably have slightly more early game team fights, but the initiation from Coast is a lot better. In terms of individual ganking, as we do see the customary start of game pause has finished, and so we are going to be going live with this game number 2. And we have here Coast. They are currently playing on the Radiant side. 1 game behind, we have Solon playing on the Batrider, Steph Style on the Scarith Mage, 8 Mother on the Death Prophet, Frigolese on the Rubik, and ES Skills on the Templar Assassin, who will be going mid.
And for xGame, Stalcat once again will be playing on the offlane, this time around on the Centaur, leaving Watafaka to play the Brewmaster mid lane, with the tri-lane consisting of Reeves on the Shadow Shaman equal to play the Chen, and the last one will be Mantis on that core Weaver.
Yep, and we are going to be seeing that Cent is going to be able to get his ward down, but he might be in a little trouble if he gets caught out. Not going to be able to get that to lift up, though, by the Rubik.
And actually, Coast, they start without Sentry Ward since Rubik started with boots instead. I mean, I really love when support, at least one support has the boots early on, just to make sure that your rotation and just harass can be a little bit easier to accomplish and execute. But this Sentry Ward, it should block off, or at least probably will block off the spawn camp or the pull camp. If it doesn't though, this Sentry might have been just kind of a waste here.
Yeah, I'm not quite certain what... I don't think that blocks off the camp right there. I'm not quite sure why they went for it. Because that Sentry Ward, as far as I can see, doesn't really do very much.
Well, we will see if it blocks. I mean, there's actually a huge range. I mean, I know a ward here definitely blocks it. There are some weird little positions that do it from a ridiculous distance. But we will see if this one does as well, and if not, I really don't see too much point to it. I mean, if you go for aggressive tri-lane, yes, you want to make sure that there's no wards there from Coast, but I highly doubt that Coast is going to place like a Sentry or Observer ward around that themselves. Actually, and it does block, so was a success after all, man. They knew what they were doing, but Stalcat, is he going to get telekinesis up? No, he's fast enough.
Yep, and it's a little bit interesting, actually, considering...
and top lane Solon, is he going to go down Firefly? No, he gets just over the reach here, just gets to the clear. And of course, man, Weaver level 1, not the most damage, but already a pretty nice amount of harass dealt by xGame.
Yep. And it's, you know, it's actually a little bit funny to see everyone, like, there's actually 4 boots first coming out from all these teams, and I'm sure anyone who's played Dota or MOBAs for a long period of time can know that it wasn't that long ago which that was considered the sign of a noob.
Yes. I mean, in certain situations it can definitely work. And I just love boots, I love mobility overall. For offlaners, it's actually so crucial. I mean, Batrider without boots might have given away first blood, for example. Solon probably would have as well. And of course, I mean, Centaur, you have the return, so it's totally fine on that hero, but it definitely wasn't the common thing to do, well, some time back.
Yeah, but I do have to wonder is that if boots first have become a thing, when is the Divine Rapier Rush going to eventually... Now, when will those people have their day?
Well, I have seen it on Medusas. Even, I think EG played it. Arteezy was up on the Medusa, supported by an IO as well, and was like, more, I think it's like face boots. Maybe went for drums as well, but Rapier straight after them.
Yep, and we are going to be seeing that this Batrider doing an okay job right now in the soft lane, getting a few levels. Although the pulling is starting to come out from the Shadow Shaman, who's going to be able to pick up some levels himself. And meanwhile, on the opposite offlane, we do see the Scent actually being harassed down pretty nicely.
Yeah, Ape Mother is keeping the creep equilibrium in check pretty damn nicely, just denying his own creeps when necessary. And of course, Skyriff Mage, usually the Centaur's return is such an annoying ability, but man, Arcane Bolt is even more annoying from Steph Style.
Yep, and meanwhile in this mid lane, we do see that the Brewmaster is mostly keeping up the TA, and consider the TA probably has a slight disadvantages matchup, but mostly going to be equal.
Yeah, man, without the Drunken Haze, I think TA would kind of crash this matchup, but what the fuck, he's been spamming out the Drunken Haze constantly onto E-skills, just to make sure that at least some of his right clicks miss, and when they miss either E-skills, he's not gonna get the last hit because of it, or just the Psyblades won't attack what the fuck either, or, so... It's gonna be fine for him either way, so I think it's gonna be rather even. Maybe E-skills, once he gets a little bit more levels, might pull ahead, but Frigolite is gonna come in, telekinesis, not using it yet, just some harass onto the Brewmaster. So, are they really like dual laning mid now, Rubik? Will he stay here or what's his purpose?
Well, I think right now, all he really needs to do is just throw up the threat of being there. As in, just tell this Brewmaster that, you know, the Rubik can come in and do huge amounts of damage. Although we just see that constant misses coming out from the TA.
Yeah, it's just so annoying up against Drunken Haze, it really is, and I wouldn't be surprised at all if Temper Assassin went for like Desolator, possibly a BKB as well, and then into a Monkey King bar just to deal with the Brewmaster. But that's later on along the game, and looking at Equal now, farming up a double stack with that Wild Wing Ripper. He's using the Tornado to do so and sitting there just not doing anything at all. But Rubik, he's still level 1, it definitely hurts them, but he has been stacking in the jungle, so it's not like he's been idle on the bottom lane here.
Nope, and, you know, both these two teams just, you know, not really doing very much in the early game, just simply doing what you're supposed to. The offlane slightly going in favor of a Coast. But everything, no real huge advantages coming out so far.
Yeah, it is extremely passive, at least for the time being. I mean, it's not too often nowadays in Dota you see actually 4.5 minutes in that there's not a single kill happened yet on anywhere on the map. But that is the case at the moment. Of course, both teams have played it just rather safe and prioritized boxing out the enemy offlaner rather than just gank the mid laners. But Brewmaster is going in with the haste. No, never mind, he's gonna back off. Was lacking a little bit of mana for another just Thunderclap. And up against Refraction, diving is always scary.
Yeah, but we are actually seeing the Bottle Crowing coming out from this TA right now. Just making sure she's always got that mana and health for the Refractions. But she is starting to slowly get eked out by this Brewmaster. Just the constant harassment he can throw out as well, that Drunken Haze.
And mid lane, there's a gank coming, but there's no silence, not a single point into Ancient Seal, so Brewmaster should be able to get his ultimate off, or will he? He's gonna get Telekinesis up, Thunderclap, actually no, just Primal Split. If he had only used the Thunderclap before, could have been an easy kill onto Rubik or Steph, he's still gonna fall down, the right clicks, they are there, that's first blood as well. And, well, he's gonna have to back off, but, man, I really was expecting the Thunderclap, but he was playing it safe. I guess he expected the Ancient Seal to be there for Skyraf.
Yep, and not quite going to be what they were looking for, as the TA is going to be able to bottle up a little bit, but, you know, the first split going forward, Brewmaster going to be towards a very fast Blink Dagger. He's only about 600 gold away from that. Very nice stuff for him.
Yeah, I mean, just that gank went sour so damn fast. And speaking of ganks, xGame, they're gonna go for one as well, man. I just noticed, well, the smoke is there, so I can't really show it in Showcase, but Jen has a mustache and a beard, man.
Yep. As we are gonna... As you can see, Brewmaster picks himself up a nice regeneration rune. Now, effectively reducing any amount of harassment this TA can even output.
Yeah, unfortunately couldn't get the Thunderclap in the duration of it, but he's still fine. He got the Drunken Haze onto E-skills before the regeneration actually finished its duration. But xGame, they take the first tower as well, so first blood for them, the tower on top of it. Whereas Solan, he's farming up the jungle, he's dropping so extremely low, doing so on the Batrider. But getting some nice farm nonetheless, taking care of the creep camps, the stacks. He is only about 400 gold away now, a little bit more from his own blink, but bottom lane, they actually forced Ape Mother to rotate in just for the counter push.
Yeah, you can't allow them to just take out this tier 2, and with a Weaver and a Chen with these huge creep army, they can definitely take out that tier 2 tower surprisingly quickly. As you see a smoke picked up on the Shadow Shaman, where's he going to use that? But the Rubik may be in a little bit of trouble, and in fact this Courier might be in a bit of trouble. That's what we're looking for.
If this Courier goes down, it's going to be pretty damn huge. I mean, it's not like there are too many items on it, but are they going to catch up Mantis? No, they don't even see it, man. Nighttime vision. They are gonna go in now, but I guess they want to dive. E-skills might be in trouble, what the fuck? He doesn't have the Primal Split, gonna get Telekinesis up as well. Will the metal hit speed enough? I don't think so. Thunderclap comes through, Frigolith. He goes down almost immediately, and snare onto E-skills as well. They have a sentry down, shackled up. There's the kill, man, just easy 2 kills. Centaur did go down at the same time, Solan helping out pick up that kill, and actually will have his Blink Dagger now, but considering they lost 2 heroes mid lane, plus they will most likely lose the tier 1. xGame once again coming out ahead.
Yeah, as in the dive was huge. We thought they were going for the Courier, but they weren't. They were just wanting the tier 1 tower and the kills on the TA. So it could have been slightly worse, but either way, you know, that's going to be a very nice exchange. But A-Mother's coming in to try and defend. The TP is also coming out from the TA. Can they get anything else from this? The traps are going off.
Oh, the sentry telekinesis frigolite. It wasn't there, but there's the blink from Solan. They get equal Chen. He's gonna go down origin. Nope, hand of God. He's still alive. E-skills finally cleans him up. But what the fuck? I had a haste from double kill for him. Blink through. Primer split. He wants to go for more. Actually, miss micro. Maybe Boulder Toss connects onto Ape Mother. I do believe Ape Mother should be fast enough. Or maybe Storm Panda trying to chase him down. Gonna throw him up in there. Keep him there. Another Boulder Toss. Maybe. Yep, it does connect. Although, will he still fall? He's fast. One more right click. Anything. Fire Panda. Oh, it expires. But they get the kill. What the fuck? Even blinks out, haste rune still activated. They will get the tier 1 as actually Reeves. Well, he just got owned by the tower.
And yeah, that's going to be a blink dagger. He's going to get his upgraded boots or any other item he wishes for, as he's got 1.5k gold already. And Brewmaster may be in a bit of trouble, but he's just going to blink out. The traps just does nothing against blink. And this is a huge advantage you can make from xGame right now.
Man, this is indeed huge. It's mammoth at that moment. Just what the fuck, he's so out of control on the Brewmaster. Level 9 already, 9 minutes in. 5.1k net worth. Whereas Coast's mid laner, 3.2k. Not even mid laner, the safe lane farmer. So he's 2k above them. And I don't see the aggression stopping anytime soon probably for them. Although, one thing is that Stalker, he's still only level 5 on the center. 1.3k away from the blink. So doesn't have the initiation, nor does he just have the stampede to help out the team.
Yeah, but then he's nowhere near his blink right now, which is a little bit of a shame on Centers. Cent really, comes into his own once he gets that level 6 and once he gets the blink, and it looks like the Coast are going to be trying to do a little bit of push here on their first tier 1 tower.
You mean, Coast, they have to get active somehow, somewhere on the map. Just not have xGame play it their way. Because so far xGame, they more or less dictated the rotations from Coast as well, with their own pushes and just aggression. So Coast, they want to take some momentum, some charge of the game themselves, and actually they're doing it pretty nicely so far. Without the Primal Split, Brewmaster can't really go in too deep either, especially into an Exorcism, even though it's only level 1. And can they get the deny maybe on the tower? Solan though, he's gonna come in. Can he get the lasso? No, he cannot. They pop the sentry as well, but Mantis is already out of there. Blink, Thunderclap comes in onto 3 enemy heroes. He gets telekinesis, but it's not enough. Frigolite. He got hexed by Shadow Shaman. They're gonna chase for more. Swarm up on Step Style. Mantis, it should be an easy kill for him as Sukuchi maxed out. So, yep, the Chiminate attack actually clears him off. So, it was a tower. It did go down. It didn't get denied, but 2 kills for it. And actually, Solan, he's not in the clear yet. Gonna get slowed down by Dragon Haze. A few right clicks as well, disabling the Blink Dagger. Can they actually keep on target for long enough though? Blink, 1 more second. Sukuchi, the right clicks are flying. No, he doesn't get the blink in time. They just keep on going. What the fuck, a blink, Thunderclap. A mega kill streak for the Brewmaster.
Yeah, very nice for the Brewmaster. And they're going to take this tier 1 tower in return as, with that ultimate down from the Death Prophet, there's nothing they can do in return. In the meanwhile, they're just kind of sat here, just trying to defend their tier 2s and, only being 11 minutes in against a team that's not got the greatest amount of push, being 3-9 down with, all your tier 1 towers removed. This is not very good. And if we have a quick look, we do see that the experience and gold, 4k gold lead with this tower is going to go even further. And the experience is even in their favor with around about 4,000k for xGame, as xGame are looking to take tier 2 in game 2 in style.
Yeah, I mean, they are on fire at the moment. I mean, if they win this, it's definitely going to be good for them since they actually have at least 3 more games to play today. They will be going into the Star Series up against NVWI, I think it's called. I mean, whatever, the new Russian team. But after that, they will also be in the jDL once again up against Hihi, a 2-game series there. So they have a lot more games to play, but Stampede gets used. Are we gonna see a kill anywhere? Maybe Stalker actually used to run away from Solan. The courier is coming as well. Solan not gonna focus on that, or is he? He's not gonna be able to chase out, so it was just a tier 2 for tier 1 in the end.
And right now, I think I'm not quite sure what Coast can do, because they don't have that enigma that they had in the last game. They don't have that possibility of jumping in, getting all 5 out of the game, and just turning things around. I'm guessing if they can pick off a few crucial heroes with that initiation from the Batrider, but at the same time, this is just going to get worse, especially as Sent has finally picked up his level 6 and has got his Blink Dagger in hand.
Well, Solan, he's up on the Batrider. He can go in if he really wants to. It's still going to be a little bit scary, but man, without the enemies, actually nope, they're just going to give out the tier 2 tower. Mass Serpent was down. It was a little bit too much. They want to catch some stragglers though. Solan, who does he have his eyes on, man? Chen, possibly maybe Reeves, so that the Hex wouldn't come out with the shackles to follow. Anyways, he's gonna be off soon enough. He's gonna have to make his moves. E-skills, he's coming in as well, but just the Chen army, it's too much. They find Solan, they get the Hex as well, or do they? Nope, the lasso comes out with the Mystic Flare combination. He goes down almost immediately equal will get bursted down. He actually has to make Blink Thunderclap from what the fuck I promised, but he's gonna be there as well. Can they get any kills at all? So far 2 for 0, but E-Skill stunned up next to the Chen army. Well, he has the Refraction Meld as well. No sentries, no nothing. And Storm Panda tried to purge. They get rid of the refraction, but he's gonna go for the run. Is he gonna make it out? I don't think so. Storm Panda gonna meet up with him. He has another meld if he wants to, but he gets stunned by the Boulder Toss and goes down. Blink. Oh, what the fuck? A huge overextension. Gonna get silenced up. Telekinesis under the tower. Going for the TP out. Blink. Hoof stomp into Steph style. And actually, the Brewmaster makes it out, but Mantis, he wants to go for the Steph style. The last Geminate attack gets the kill as well. Solen. He's gonna get war stomped by the Centaurs, by both of them. And xGame, well, they did lose a couple, but they made sure to get them in return.
Yeah, but it's 5-11 right now. They've taken out the tier 2 tower on both bottom and mid. Only one tier 2 tower left behind, and every single stat you look at, it's in favor of xGame. I don't know, number of Bat Riders on per team. Coast are pretty good in that stat.
Well, but still, I mean, 7,500 gold lead, 40 minutes in. It's pretty damn good. I mean, 4k XP. At least it didn't go any steeper anymore, since xGame did lose a couple in return. But Mantis, he will have his Lincoln Sphere finished only in about 500 gold. So that's going to be a huge pickup for the Weaver. Just boost up his survivability greatly. And do we have any other big item pickups? What the fuck, he's closing in on his Aghanim Scepter. 400, 300 gold away even. But, Coast, they will get the tier 1 mid lane, it looks like. Doesn't look like xGame can do anything about it.
Yeah, but we are actually going to see a gem being picked up on this Chen. My Proton, I don't know it, and he's going to try and use it for those, get that map control, getting rid of all these wards, as well as being able to spot out that TA.
Oh, Soline, he's going to go in mid lane, the flame break pushes equal back. They're going to go for it. Mystic Player, actually, they drag him out of it, but they don't care at all. Doesn't really matter. But Blink hoofs upon the 3 enemy heroes. Is it going to be enough steps that he goes down? What the fuck? A Blink Thunderclap onto 2 as well. Hey, Panther shackled up under the Mass Serpent Wards. 3 heroes down, almost in the blink of an eye, and E-Skills were going to get hexed up. No shackles, they're still on cooldown, but E-Skills, I think he's just gonna get chased down here. He has the refraction, actually Melted is going for Reese. One more right click, he's gonna get the counter kill. But the hoof stomp does finally catch up to him, and he will fall down, man. Nicely played that he got the counter, but in the end, a 4-4-2 and Coast, they were the ones to initiate.
And that's really the issue we're seeing from Coast right now, especially their lineup with how far behind they are. They can pick up 1 kill, they can jump on someone, get him out of the team fight, but after that, they don't really have very much against a very team fight focused xGame. It's just simply a case of they blow their skills on one player, and then they're just sat around going, okay, we're in trouble now.
I mean, I do think that actually targeting HN otherwise is a pretty smart choice, I think, but like you said, if you just focus too much on that one hero or blow too many spells on that, you're just going to be in trouble. And I mean, they didn't have Exorcism to actually properly fight there as well. Ape Mother, he went down pretty damn fast anyway, even if they had it. So Coast, they need to get some sustain in those fights. I mean, do they have a mech coming out on anybody? It doesn't look like it. They don't really have a natural mech carrier as well. Sometimes Death Prophets take over that role when it's the case, but not happening here. And xGame, they're going for Roche.
Yes, and the problem we have is that there's no mechs because they're also very, very poor. As in, the supports are on less than 3k net worth for each of them. And even the cores, they're nowhere near the enemy cores of xGamers. This Roshan is going to come out. There's not going to be any way they can stop this. Not without... Not sure... Death Prophet jumping in and everyone just standing there.
Yeah, it's going to be just almost impossible for them. They don't have, like you mentioned before as well, there's no, Enigma Black Hole, no Tidal Ravage, nothing like that to actually just go into the Roche Pit, pop that ultimate, hit all the heroes and just try to take it from there. So they do have to rely on their pickoffs, but xGame, they actually have a 5-man lineup. So it's not like they're going to be around the map split pushing, at least not too often. So the Bat Rider initiation, it's going to almost always have to be just into a complete team.
Yeah, that's always the issue, and we are going to be seeing it. Might possibly just be a straight-up tier 3 push coming out. They've got the Aegis, they've got all their ultimates. Why not go for it?
Yeah, and looks like that's exactly what they want to do, but Solan, he's going to get the lesson onto what the fuck, they need to burst him down. The silence is there, Mystic Flare to follow up as well. He's actually going to lose his life, and the Gem here. Huge pickup, equal, a little bit too late on the Hand of God. Gem still on the ground, they're going to go for the Chen next. And, well, can they get the kill? But Stalket comes in, nice hoof stomp onto E-Skills under the Mass Serpent Wards. No focus fire, but the Shackles are there, double H to follow. Can E-Skills make it out? Another Refraction Stampede is there. But Mantis, he comes to meet up, tries to go for some kills. E-Skills, he's still alive. 4-step, are you kidding me? Nope, Mantis, he makes just sure that he dies with the Cheminate attack. And I was actually thinking that it's gonna survive for a second, but was there a buyback on Chen? Oh, he just respawned already, I guess.
Yep. Also worth noting is that the Scarlet Mage is the one who picked up that gem. So he's now got that vision against the Weaver, which is a very nice thing to have, actually. It stops a lot of his survivability, but it looks like they still want to go for it. They've still got that Aegis up on that Weaver.
And they're actually gonna go in here as well. So, what the fuck, he's gonna get telekinesis up, might actually lose his life, he's not careful. Nope, he had the Primal Split this time around. Probably won't catch anybody, Frigolite gonna get Boulder Toss though, and actually, do they really follow up? I mean, I thought maybe go for towers, just get the objectives, but no, Mantis loses his Aegis in the meantime. Can they get the secondary kill as well, as Rubik, he goes down to the Brewmaster. Oh man, Frigolite is so damn low as well. Or Steph Steiner, never mind, E-skills. Brewmaster, I think he's gonna go down here, man. Mystic Flare waiting for him once he comes down from that Evil Scepter, so... Just overextension from xGame, could have gone for racks instead of just chasing for kills.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a mistake right there. As that's going to give Coast the possibility of coming back into this game. As that's actually going to be a pretty big swing if we'll quick look at the golden experience. Well, it's actually a slight dip due to all these towers. The huge gold tower advantage we're seeing on the xGame side.
Yeah, I mean, it might update for a little while as well, but still, I mean, even if you don't give too much away, you're not gaining anything at the same time. You're just giving Coast more time to try to just create some space, get the next set of items going for themselves, and just at some point along the line, Coast, they will be able to take fights.
Yep. Eventually, it's just going to be a case of are they going to have any towers to defend at that point? As, you know, it still is pretty far ahead in terms of xGame, even after that small mistake coming out from them.
Yeah, and actually I think the biggest thing is that they lost the gem there. Because now suddenly Coast have the gem, they will have vision on the Weaver almost always, unless the gem carrier dies immediately. So far it's Steph style holding onto it on the Skyref, but I do believe Batrider probably would be the best candidate for it.
Yep, and we are going to be, you know, just seeing both these two teams sitting back, trying to get their next set of major items. The Brewmaster has managed to pick up his Aghanim Scepter. The Weaver sat there with only a Lincoln Sphere, surprisingly. As in, he is the highest net worth in the game, though, so it looks like he's going for something else as the initiation. He's going to be on those creeps.
Yeah, man, I just remember that before it used to be what the fuck, together with Mantis just completely ruling on top of the net worth charts. Just number 1 and 2 for such a long time, but the Prophet is slowly starting to catch up. Actually has a Reaver already finished, so in about 700 gold, he will have his Art of the Rest finished up completely. And when that happens actually next game, they might not have enough burst, unless this is just getting caught in the Mass Serpent Wars or something, but look at the smoke from xGame. They are hunting for something. I'm not too sure if they will catch it since Ghosts are hunting at the same time at the enemy jungle, but if they get even one kill on E-skills, for example, it's gonna be definitely worth it.
A hunter shall become the hunted, eventually. As we do see that both these two teams not going to find anything with their smokes, as they're both basically having the same idea at the same time. But we are seeing a very aggressive play coming out from xGame right now.
Yeah, I mean, I guess their lineup is just designed to push early on as well. I mean, late game they could possibly go to the late game as well if they really wanted to on top of a really farmed Weaver. But if you can avoid that, you definitely want to, I think. And they are reaching high ground. Ape Mother is there with a Creep Swarm. But the Blink Initiation will be there. Mass Serpent Wars down as well, but Creep Wave is just so low already, it's practically gone.
Yeah, but that's one of the few advantages of this.
Oh, Soul, and he's gonna get what the fuck again. Where's the Mystic Flare? They need to get the kill. What the fuck? He's actually out of the Mystic Flare and gets sent back anyway. Frigolite shackled up. Mantis, can he get the kill? They already killed Steph Style. They will get the Rubik to follow up as well. But the Mass Serpent Wars, they got stolen. Actually, Frigolite's still alive. It does go down. Gem once again on the ground. Ape Mother picks it up as Desolator finished up on the Weaver. And just a little bit unfortunate that xGame, they had to send the Brewmaster back all the way home. But he still has the Primal Split, he's making his way back to the fight. They're farming up the Radiant Mass Serpent Wars, which got stolen by Rubik. But,
yep.
I mean, Exorcism on cooldown, how does Coast defend now?
Well, I'm not quite sure how. As, you know, they do have an advantage due to the fact that the Serpent Wards and the Shadow Shaman are also down. But at the same time, you know, as soon as this Brewmaster gets back into the team fight, he's already got his ultimate back up, and the counter ultimates from the Bat Rider is already down.
Yeah, well, if they go fast enough, the lasso is still 15 seconds on cooldown, but the Firefly is down. It's gonna wear off soon enough, so might not do too much. Actually, body blocking from xGame on their own creep wave, so they won't run into the Firefly. Brilliantly done, and they pop the mech as well. Creep wave fully alive now. They are a little bit hesitant in going high ground, man. I was expecting Motherfucker to do exactly that. Blink, Thunderclap onto 3. He's gonna get silenced, but he should be fine already. Lasso into the Mystic Player. No, he's gonna go down. Hand of God. He still does not survive with Mantis. With the Desolator, might have enough damage to just make up for it. Hand of God actually got stolen here by Rubik, so heals for both sides, but a 2-for-1. As xGame, they use the Stampede to back off, but the tower still stands. Exorcism off cooldown in 26 seconds. If they can hold on. Oh, Blink Hoofstomp misses from Stalcat.
Yeah, but we see the Weaver is just trying to go for this tier 2, tier 3 tower. It's only down to 100 HP. Chen's going to get sent up there with that tornado and eventually nuked down by the Rubik. But the Weaver's going to be more than fine, sent back home. And mostly equal, slightly in favor of xGame, winning those 2 team fights in a row and almost getting that tier 3 down. As right now, Coast, they're just trying to grind this game out.
Yeah, I mean, at the moment, it was just Coast, like, they literally... The lasso cooldown just came off when xGame initiated like that. If there had been a primer split, this tower would have fallen for sure, I think. Maybe not an entire Rax, but... Or the tower would have been enough, and wow, Reeves. He was getting pretty damn close to the Temper Assassin, but... Well, TA doesn't have a blink, they don't have any vision even in their own jungle. So, Observer Ward down by xGame, but actually who has the gem? Well, Ape Mother, Coast. They still have the gem, so they didn't lose that at least here.
Yeah, but that is the issue we're seeing currently right now, is that Coast, although they're slowly holding on, they're not really winning the fights, as we do see that they are smoking up, looking to hopefully cash out this Roshan, although Roshan isn't going to be up for at least another 10 seconds-ish.
Also, and they're gonna find Motherfucker, silence, double silence, lassoed up as well, Mystic Player on top of his head. Poor Brewmaster, man, he had such a great start, but he's been the just focus for so many fights now.
Well, we do see the advantage of that is the fact that every single time they focus it, they use all those big cooldowns to just try and make sure he's taken out, and it basically means that the rest of xGame get a free reign to use their skills.
Yeah, it's exactly so, to be honest, and... Well, looking at what xGame is gonna do next, I mean, I guess just group up again and push, potentially maybe wait for the next Roche as Weaver is farming up. Actually, it looks like he's going for a Mata style, which I definitely don't mind. Just Mata style, get rid of Ancient Seal, get rid of Death Prophet Silence if need be. Just to make sure that you can always get your time lapse off.
Yep, and we do see that he's probably going for that Manta, just being able to get rid of a lot of the very good abilities on the Coast is very, very nice for a Weaver. Even more survivability, even more damage. Remember, all those illusions without the Desolator, which is even more minus armor.
And Desolator Weaver definitely hurts a crap ton. Of course, so does Desolator Temporary Assassin, but no Desolator in sight yet, just Drums and Yasha. Definitely not too rich, although at the moment he is actually pretty much on par with the Brewmaster, so that's always good. Death Prophet slowly farming up, has a Blade Mail now, a little bit more tanky, but is there a pipe finish? No, Stalcat, a little bit short, needs about 300 gold, but this Roshan definitely will get him that much closer to the pipe, and with an Aegis and a pipe finished, I think that's definitely the cue to go high ground for them again.
Yep, and we are going to be seeing this Roche. I don't really think there's anything that the Coast can do in a 5 vs 5 initiation away from their towers without that high ground advantage, and this is going to be a Aegis, and is the Weaver picking it up? Now, I'm a little bit surprised that they put it on the Weavers. I feel that putting it on the Brewmaster would have been even better, as they've just focusing the Brewmaster so much that the Aegis means that they pop all their abilities on him, and then he just comes back up and presses R.
I think they're just changing the game plan a little bit about how they want to approach the high ground push. Because Weaver, he has the range, of course, so he can go stand there in the front lines, right click away at the tier 3, which is going to just drop down immediately, more or less, at the moment with the health that it has. And just have the Weaver up front with the Desolator, with the Chaminated attack, but Solan, oh man, they've smoked up, they want to initiate themselves before xGame gets to the high ground. And there's no pipe still, it's still flying out together with the Manta style. So xGame, they want to wait, but Smoke, it's about to, well, not wearing off yet, but Firefly is, so they are actually backing off for now.
Yeah, we are going to see a huge amount of traps being placed right here, almost like a red carpet into this tier 3. And they're just trying everything they can to make it as hard as possible. But this is going to be a very difficult hold.
Yeah, I mean, the pipe just will make the biggest difference. Although Solan, he will have his Firefly again in 2 seconds. So they can initiate, but will it be enough with the pipe on Stalcat? They pop the pipe as well. They want to go aggressive. Massive stun onto Ape Mother. Where's the follow-up? There's the blink thunderclap from what the fuck. He gets his primal split off. E-skills might be in trouble now. They're going for the supports instead. Mystic Flare to stalk at the center. He's still alive. There's the Hand of God. Just even more burst heal together with that mech coming through. E-skills. He's gonna get shackled up. Brought down most likely. The Hoofstomp does connect Ether Shock. Yes, they get the kill as Mantis. Oh man, he time lapses just before he loses the Aegis. Might still lose the under the tier force. Mantis still activated to get rid of his silence. So Kuchi forward. But in the meantime, Massive Wentworth did take care of the buildings. They will clean it up. Or actually, no. Glyph comes out, although I don't think those racks will still survive. So, not too many kills. Or Solan might be in trouble. Yes, he's gonna go down with the joint effort of Mantis and what the fuck. They want to go for more Hex onto Ape Mother. But there's no extra in Blink Hoofstomp. Well, Steph style, that was such an easy kill. And they are losing their heroes. They're losing their base. How do they compete?
I'm not quite sure as they gave up so many buybacks to try and go for this. We do see that Rubik managed to steal Sakuchi, but at the same time, it's just so difficult right now. They just lost their tier 3s for practically nothing. In fact, I think it was for nothing.
Yeah, and there's a Stampede. Pipe activated. They want to get some stuns. Silence onto Stalker though. They actually couldn't follow up properly. Silence onto what the fuck. A telekinesis up, but Mantis, he still has his Aegis, man. He's so damn healthy. Has another time lapse if need be. Actually, he's gonna get sent back, so just activates the Manta still before. Frigolito, can he get the telekinesis? He's still on cooldown. They try to pop the smoke equal. He's gonna stay there. That's the sacrificial lamp, but I think they're just completely fine with what happened. They got racks. They had 3 buybacks wasted on the side of Coast. Aegis still intact on Weaver. Aghanim Scepter now finished up on Reeves on the Shadow Shaman. They're just at such a huge lead. I'm not too sure if Coast can come back now.
Yeah, because we're just seeing right now that if they don't take out that Panda like immediately, their team fight goes terribly. And if they do take out the Panda immediately, the team fight is mostly equal. And those kind of odds, well, if we were betting on Dota 2 matches, that is not a very good odd to have.
Yeah, it's just the case that, for example, the Tempered Assassin, who is a heavily momentum-based hero, just first of all, the first peak is when you max out Meld. You can do so much damage, but xGame, they are grouping up, so if Tempered Assassin actually goes into the middle of them, he might just get stunned up and go down immediately, or just get kited by Weaver Sukuchi, for example, or something. Or just Stampede, everybody's backing off. And the next peak was just when you hit that Desolator and Tempered Assassin, just get the minus 15 armor all together. But the Desolator just, it's not getting anywhere close to it even. He was literally at the same gold like 5 minutes ago or something.
Yeah, because, you know, the Death Prophet,
They will get the lasso, maybe Solar. No, he gets hexed out, he couldn't make up his mind. He goes down almost immediately. He doesn't have a buyback, Stampede comes out, Pipe activated. Blink from what the fuck, actually, Yule Scepter up in the air. Ancient Seal is still activated, but Steph style. One more right click, Cheminate attack Mantis. He gets the kill beyond godlike. Double kill for him, and that's gonna be another set of racks here, it looks like. Actually, they didn't even pick up the gem. They don't care about that. Blink, Thunderclap, and GG well played as xGame, man. 2-0, quite convincingly so.
Yeah, because we just saw right there, if the previous game was lost by Coast with their not quite good teamfight initiation, on this game, this was mostly won by xGame. Just really nice movement around the map early, getting that advantage, then grouping up as 5 there, diving behind towers was absolutely perfectly timed, and that is going to be a 2-0 victory for xGame. What would many consider a very nice upset right there, and that's going to give them a huge opportunity to jump. I think it's going to take them to 3rd, possibly, or 4th.
Yeah, at the moment they can potentially challenge 1st as well, even if they don't lose a single game with the next two game series I think they still have left. So they're looking pretty damn strong in this league so far. They should be 9-3 now, all in standings. The only other team with 3 losses is Power Rangers, and they've played all of their games already. So they're looking good, but they will have more today. They're playing up against Hehe on this same channel at 18 CEST, as in 1 hour and 15 minutes after they finish their game in Star Series. So guys, there's more Dota to come. I'm probably not gonna close the stream even. Maybe play a game of Dota myself since there's so much time, but we will see about that. In any case, thank you so much for tuning in, and I do hope you enjoyed. And of course, if you did, be sure to follow us on this channel as well as our other channels. You can find the necessary links below the stream, as well as the descriptions on what channel, what does it do. And of course, our social media, HeflaTV on both Facebook and Twitter, to get updates when we're going live with what games and whatnot. And as always, you can always subscribe as well if you want the coolest emotes out there. We have more coming in the future. So, guys, once again, I appreciate it that you came, and hope to see you again in about an hour time for more xGame action. And Benchy, man, where can people find you to hear more of your awesome casting?
Well, I'll be I'm on Twitch TV and Twitter with @Benchy.
So
And
guys,
obviously found here on HeflaTV.
so be sure to follow him, Benchy, like he said, on both Twitter as well as Twitch. So guys, see you for the next series in about an hour.